Says the Pele Yoetz in the entry of Bahur. Youth. Ktiv zchor borecha yemei b'chorotecha. The pasuk at Kohelet, King Solomon writes, remember your Creator in the days of your youth. She'az zman yoter ne'od la'avod boro. That's the best time to solidify your commitment to Hashem, to serve Hashem. Ki be'ish ke'ish kevurato. Because the man is, so is his strength. As the man is, so is his strength. V'chayla le'oraita. And therefore, a person should learn to dedicate in his youth his strength to the Torah. It's proper that he should use his strength. He should do minimal rest. He should use his nights like days. He should use his abilities to delve deeply into the Torah. When a person is young, he's free, doesn't have so many responsibilities, distractions, his mind is settled, it's clear. He could delve deep into the Torah. For example, they say you should always study the Masechtot of Ani, Eruvin, Nida, and Yevamot when you're younger, because it's more complicated. You need a lot of focus to be able to do it. So therefore, a person when he's younger, he's able to go delve into these deep parts of the Torah. Since he doesn't have so many distractions, definitely if he doesn't have any bills to pay, because he's with his father, he lives with his father, and he relies on his father to pay for everything. As the sages tell in Pirkei Avot, when a person learns Torah when he's young, what is it like? It's like writing ink on a fresh paper, as opposed to when you learn older, it's like writing on erased paper. It's very smudgy, it's dirty, it's hard to change and to read what it says. It's harder to teach an old dog new tricks. So therefore, it's very important that a person gains Yirat Shamayim and learns Torah and grows to have dedication in Torah already from a young age. And therefore, it will be like fine wine. You already acquired it when you're young, and it just gets better and better and better as you age and you grow with it. That's why it's very important that people get sent to yeshiva. If people didn't go to yeshiva when they were younger, they should go to yeshiva when they're older. People said, I went to Aish for 6 months. It really helped me. I took off time and I really got back to my roots and went back to yeshiva. I feel like I needed a little bit more. People go to yeshiva after finishing high school, and they go to yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael, and they obviously pick a place where they're going to learn and not just fool around and party. They're going to learn and really be dedicated. And those years, you'll never get those years back, where you'll be able to be fully dedicated the entire day towards serving Hashem and to doing the will of Hashem, because you don't have any financial obligations, you don't have any obligations to other people, responsibility. You solely can be able to invest in your neshama. And chaval, if people would say, no, I want to go straight to work after high school. No, why should I go to yeshiva? Why am I wasting my time over there? We got to rabot, make money. We got to go and work. And what? He throws himself into already an adult life, when he could have gone and invested more in his neshama and get things that you can never acquire in a different part of your life. It's much easier to acquire when you're younger. So therefore, a person should not jump to go to work right away. He should spend some quality time investing in his youth, in the dedication service of Hashem. Definitely when people like to go out on the weekends, people like to go out at night, people like to go busy with other things. When you're young, the Yetzer Hara is very strong. But a person has to make sure that his children and himself, if he still has his youth, he should use it and not fall to the distractions of the world. Therefore, all those pleasant young men who dedicate themselves to Torah and valuing this precious time, you should realize that you will labor and labor. It's hard. Sometimes it's very difficult. You don't understand what's going on. You're young. You're just starting out. You're inexperienced. Nonetheless, you should remember, as the sages tell us in Megillah, Yagata v'lo matzata al ta'amin. A person who toils truly in the Torah and does not find success, do not believe such a person. There's no such thing. If a person really toiled, then he won't be successful. Rather, a person should be put in the effort, and he will see tremendous bracha. And a person should remember, as the sages tell us in Shabbat, Kuf Nun Bet, Yankuta Keleila Devarda. As the youth is like a crown of roses. People think they're big shots. I'm making money, I'm handsome, I'm successful, I drive a nice car, everything's great. And what? And he can let it get to his head, and he could go and think that he, has gava, and he doesn't need to, what do I need to work on myself? I'm fantastic, I'm great, I'm just living the life. And then what? He will see that the youth is like the crown of roses. You put the roses the first day, it's beautiful, it's fantastic. But what? Then they start to wither. And they need a bigger reason, they need a different reason to stick around. It could be they'll be replaced by a different bouquet of roses, because it's already starting to wither. So therefore, in the beginning, yes, your youth, everything's great, fantastic, you feel like king of the world. Problems will come. stress will come, responsibilities will come. And the key is to know how to ride the waves and have the skills, the wisdom from the Torah, the experience, and the being in the tutelage, being under a person who's more experienced in learning from them and being close to people who know already, and to gain that wisdom to be able to go and survive the ups and downs of when you don't have your youth anymore, you don't have your strength anymore, you don't have the perks that you used to have. And that's why a person has to make sure it behooves the person to be mindful of this, and as well as the honor of the Torah, of his master, that he should be able to go and dedicate himself. If you do it in the beginning, it'll be easier to do it in the end. But what? The person, Chas v'Shalom, should wait till he's 60 years old. He says, Rabbi, I'll do teshuvah later. Let me party now. I'll do teshuvah later. First of all, the Gemara Masechet Yoma says, whoever says that, Hashem will not give him the siyata d'shmaya to do teshuvah. He'll end up not doing teshuvah, Chas v'Shalom. And second of all, it's easy to do teshuvah. It's much harder to do teshuvah. If you can't stop today, who says you're going to stop tomorrow? People say, yeah, I could quit any time, Rabbi. I could stop smoking. And then what? So quit now? No, tomorrow I'll quit. And the same thing tomorrow, and the same thing the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Person, what? And you could see people who are still going to the club, 50 years old, still with gray hair already, still trying to live that, the single life. And he says, wow, I should have got married younger. Why didn't I realize? I should have gone and learned Torah. Look at all my friends, they're learning Torah and they're growing and they're so spiritual. I wish I wake up early. I wish I could go. I don't know how to teach myself all these skills, and now it's too late for me. It's much, I'm older, it's harder. I'm already have my life built this way. I can't, it's so hard. And then the regret is what kills the person. So therefore a person has to be careful to dedicate in the beginning. What Chas v'Shalom, we see people, okay, it's not their fault, they didn't know, they weren't educated, but they're 65 years old, their parents passed away, they start saying Kaddish, and they start learning in the shul, they start learning Torah, and they say, wow, there's so much I didn't know about, wow, there's so much I have to catch up, wow, I want to learn how to read Hebrew. It's so hard to learn Hebrew now. So therefore a person has to make sure that he does all these investments spiritually in the beginning. We focus and jump to the financial investments. We have to make the first the spiritual investments in order that we should be able to go and continue to develop. Because if you don't do it in the beginning, it's that much harder to do it in the end. We should zocheh to realize that we have to know you should do teshuvah one day before you pass away, which is, you don't know when's your last day. We don't know. So therefore, better to take today. Meaning, if I'm not for me today, so who is? Therefore, we have to grab our life by the reins and go and start preparing, because we don't know what will be tomorrow. We grab our youth while we can. Baruch